Okay, today we shall be today we shall be checking how to derive the residual from the from the cointegration model, that is from the Johansen Cointegration model. Today we shall be checking how to derive residual from the Johansen cointegration model, and from this residual we can make error correction model or equation, right? Okay, so here you can see we have three variables: cons, ex, and GDP. First is cons. What is called cons? Consumption. That is our first variable. Then is coming up GDP. That is gross domestic product, and is coming up ex, meaning that export. So we have three variables. Here. So what I'm doing, I'm open as a group. So this is our three variables: consumption, export, and GDP, and the data from 1960 until 1995. So excuse me. So this is our data from 1960 until 1995. So that is our data. Okay. So first I go to quick. Then I estimate var, and I choose vector error correction model. Then I put the variable. First is the cons. What is cons? Consumption. Then second variable I put GDP and ex. So here there are three variables. So the cons is dependent variable, and GDP and export are independent variable. So there are three variables, and suppose here I choose lag 2, and then everything is done. I press on OK. So the result has come up, right? And the first is cointegrated model. This is our cointegrated model, right? So this one actually the Johansen cointegration model. And from this model we have to derive the residual, and from that residual we can make the error correction model. So, and you can see from here, and decons. So that is our error correction model. So here you can see error correction model, and here the cons is the dependent variable. So as a result This model actually is our target variable. The first model actually is our target variable. That means we shall be using this model to derive residual. Okay, so how to derive the residual? Okay, so I go to proc, right? I go to proc, make system, order by variable. Okay, so here you can see the outcomes. The first one actually our target variable, because here the cons is the dependent variable. So the first one is our target variable. And here, what is C1? C1 actually is the coefficient of cointegrated model from here to here. So here the C1 actually is the coefficient of the cointegration model, or actually C1 actually is the residual of the cointegration model, right? C1, that is this one, is the residual actually of the cointegration model, Johansen cointegration model. So from here to here, right? So that means from here to here, actually this one is the residual of the Johansen cointegration model. Okay, now the question is that how to get the residual from here? How to get it? Okay, so what I do, I copy the whole things. I copy these whole things. I copy it. After copy it, After copy it, what I do? I go to the work file. Sorry. So this is my work file. Here I create the residual variable. Suppose new object. So I series. Suppose the value is residual. I create it. I create the residual, the new variable I am creating, residual, right? Then okay, you can see the variable has been created. Now what does mean by residual? So I can do here the whole thing. I can do here. The residual means actually, what is residual? Residual means that is equal is what? Equal is actually this one. I copy this one, and this one is the residual. I copy and paste it here. I paste it here, and I enter. So I enter, then I check the residual. That is our model, right? That is our variable residual. I click on it. You see the residual has come up. This is the residual of the Johansen test of cointegration. You can see the residual, right? This is the residual of the Johansen test of cointegration. So we can use this residual to make error correction model. So we can use this residual to make the error correction model. So that is the story here. And the thing is that here the residual actually already one period lag. This residual is already one period lag. So we can use it directly. We can use it directly in the error correction model. Thank you very much for being with me.